Hey, welcome to my channel. I thought I'd do my March wrap up of what I've been knitting and crocheting. And in January I did a wrap up like this, which was like triumphs and disasters, because I genuinely felt like a lot of the projects I was doing I had really strong feelings about. And then February, it was basically frog at February rather than finish at February. So I basically got nothing finished at all. So I just did general knitting and craft stuff that has occurred to me during the month. And then March, once again, it's a different theme in that I just randomly got a load of stuff done and finished, but I don't feel particularly strongly about any of it. So what is consistency? I mean, I can talk about how I felt about the projects, but I don't know how interesting any of that is. And I was looking through, you know, just like, oh yeah, I made this, it was fine. I made this, it was all right, you know, like, is that, yeah, I don't know. But maybe I'll leave you, the viewer, to decide. If it was April, I could call it ambivalent April, but it's not. So the first thing I finished this month is my Christmas/winter jumper. Ta-da! I feel slightly better about this, having seen that Retro Claude also posted that she didn't finish her Christmas jumper until March, and hers was green as well. So I feel like we're in some kind of YouTube procrastination green wool club thing. Yeah, basically I went to the Knit and Stitch show in Harrogate in November, and I had in mind that I wanted to knit something green for myself. Like, I had a sudden hankering to wear green, and I didn't have a single green item in my wardrobe. And then while I've been working on this, I've accumulated multiple green items. I have green trousers, cardigans, t-shirts, everything. I could do an entire monochrome outfit just in green. But this is what started it. So I was on the lookout for a kind of foresty green, and I was thinking like maybe a skein or two, and then I found this amazing stuff by Mirasol. It's a combination of wool and alpaca. It feels so nice, and yeah, they sell online for 12 quid, and I got 10 of them for 30 quid. So I feel pretty good about that, and I'm so relieved that I actually made something nice with it, because I was a bit like, oh god, am I going to spend what for me is a fair amount of money on random wool and then just not do anything with it. And I did definitely put off finishing this because I was worried I wasn't going to do a very good job of the finishing. Like, I'd knitted all the different parts of it. I'd knit the back, the front, and the two sleeves, and then as I was putting them together I attached the first sleeve, and it was just insane. It was just going off in like a right, like 90 degrees upwards kind of thing. And that's when I went back and checked the pattern again. I was like, I remember making this pattern like 2-3 years ago and it was fine. And then I read through it and I was like, oh no, it was not fine. It was a really bad pattern. So I'm not going to share the pattern for it. I basically just wanted a classic round neck jumper. I did not swatch this, so one of the reasons I like the pattern is that it has like the 3/4 length sleeves, and I also finished it about 3 inches shorter than the original pattern suggested, with an idea of if it stays the size, I'm really happy with it, but if it grows a few inches, I'm also really happy with it. Like, I think it could be really cool oversized. The sleeves will just be normal sleeve length. Because I do so much like knitting and crocheting with my hands, obviously, I really don't like having lots of material around my wrists. But yeah, love it. Still got about a skein and a half left of it, so I'm thinking either the mittens I was originally thinking of, or more likely maybe a cable hat, because I cable now. But yeah, super happy with this. I feel like it's a very classical piece. I feel like it's going to be like, you know, it's not a kind of a whim, it's not dictated by any kind of fashion trend, which I do kind of feel very susceptible to. So I just feel like I'm going to just wear it for a very long time. And even though I finished it in the spring, I think autumn's going to come around and I'm still going to love it. So that's nice. Speaking of things on the direct opposite end of the spectrum, I also finished the clamshell hood, which is another free pattern. And unlike the pattern for this jumper, I will add this in the description because it's a really good pattern. Like, I found it super easy to follow. Really enjoyed it. I did it in the Rowan mode. Thing is, I'm going to put it on and show it to you, but keep in mind I am wearing sunscreen because it's so hot today, and we're apparently getting 20 degrees here in the UK at the weekend. So soft, so soft, so snuggly, so warm. I've probably got about 10 seconds more of wearing this before I get too hot. It's got this little kind of tie. There's a long version, a short version. I made the short version. I potentially would make the long version if I was to make it again. I already need to take it off now. Oh, and it pushes down like this, so you can have it like a little hood. The thing is, I finished a hood last year in April. It was the chocolate box hood, and it was too hot to wear it then as well. And then by the time autumn came around, I'd kind of got off it, and I didn't really like it anymore. And it's currently in my charity shop bag, and I am so nervous that's going to happen with this as well. It matches the fingerless gloves I made myself in January. Like, it's the same wool, and I know that I really like wearing those, and like, it's the kind of wool that gets softer and softer the more you wear it, so that's really nice. But yeah, I just don't know. I feel like the hood scarf thing is very much a trend, you know. I don't think it's the kind of thing that I'm necessarily going to be wearing in a couple of years' time. And normally this, I thought, you know, because I cast it on in February, so I thought I'd have time to wear it. And previous years we've had like really like icy cold weather in March and April, but this year it's just stunning. It's amazing. And as a result, I'm just judging by the last few years, probably not going to really have much chance to wear this until like end of December, beginning of January, and I have no idea if I'm still going to like it then. I've been knitting loads and loads, which is strange for me because normally by this time of year I'm getting really into crochet, and I'm just like, I just want to crochet all the time now. But that's not happened yet. But I have done a few crochet things. So firstly, my friend wanted a low maintenance plant for her birthday, and I was like, what's more low maintenance than fake? So I made her this snake plant, and I think it's by Stitch Menagerie, and it's just a really easy pattern to follow. Really enjoyed it, loved the little face. I don't really use safety eyes, and I was going to embroider it on, but then after the disaster in January with Evil Clifford, who is still here watching me, and me trying to embroider eyes and them kind of looking very, very demonic, I didn't quite trust myself to do a cute face in the plant pot. Like, embroidery is something I'm going to get a lot more into this year, and I already have a few bits and pieces that I'm going to embroider to practice. But yeah, I was like, right now I don't have it in my skill set to do a cute face, so it's going to be faceless. But she really liked it, and I do this thing where I have this like plastic Ziploc bag, which I think originally was like 3 pairs of cotton pants from M&S or something. But now I just use it to store all my scraps. You can see at the top, here's the green from the jumper. And I completely emptied this bag, stuffing the plant pot, and it was just very satisfying, you know, because it's the kind of thing that I almost annoy myself by worrying about it, but I do worry about all the wool that I put into landfill and all the bits that are kind of like all the scrap bits and stuff. So this is just a nice way of like, once this gets too full, then I normally take that as a sign of like, okay, I'm going to make something to use it up. She's very eco-conscious as well, so I think I wouldn't necessarily stuff a gift for someone else with scraps, but in her case, I knew that she would definitely prefer that to like me just buying new polyfill and stuff. Last thing, another crochet thing for the house. It's spring. There's cherry blossom trees everywhere, which I love because the place I was living, the city I was living in before, had a big cherry blossom garden that I think was donated by the Japanese government maybe. And the cherry blossoms would only come like for a couple of weeks at the very specific point. Like, there was literally like a Twitter feed you could follow to find out when the cherry blossoms are going to bloom, and we basically missed it 9 years in a row. Just did not get around to seeing them. And here, there's cherry blossoms everywhere. I can literally see some from my window right now. I walked into 2 beautiful ones in bloom today. They're just everywhere, and cherry blossom is so lovely for spring. So I made this centrepiece for my spring table, and I'm trying to make like more little coasters and mats to go with it as well, but that's going slowly. But yeah, I really love this. So it's a Tin Can Knits pattern for the placemat. They just do the plain granny stitch like here, but I wanted to do a kind of like little 70s thing of having like an extra frilly bit around it. So I found the pattern, and it's a terrible pattern, and I'm not actually going to share it just because it's so confusing. I think it's one of those ones that kind of came across like maybe it was like either originally started as AI or was just translated via Google Translate or something from the original language, and I just really struggled with it. So I kind of just made it up as I went. Fair old size, and I think I'm going to make everything else to the table very simple in comparison, but because we've got this industrial table, I feel like the contrast is very fun and nice as well. You know, the bright pink and the kind of the fussy 70s frilly thing, and then the industrial wood and everything. And that's it for March. That's not everything I made at all, but it's everything that I have anything vaguely coherent or interesting to say about. Yeah, who knows what April's going to bring. I thought when I started this series it would just be like, yeah, I always have quite strong opinions about what I've made. I either love it or hate it. Not this month. Don't really feel much either way. But yeah, and maybe next month I won't finish anything either, or maybe I'll just do a load of stuff. Who knows? Stay tuned for that, I guess. Yeah, but thanks for sticking with. Like, subscribe, do it if you want. Bye.